Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here with your flying weather outlook for the weekend and the week ahead, brought to you exclusively by Flyer in association with weatherschool.co.uk. Thanks again for watching. And got a cloudy couple of days ahead now. Some showers in the south through the weekend. Not bad across the north, and then mixed by midweek. But I have to say that overall conditions aren't looking bad at all. Now, before we go any further, just a reminder that because Facebook have changed the way that posts are made onto groups, we've had to change our Facebook pages. So could you now follow us on Facebook at WeatherWeb and also at The Weather School? So that's at WeatherWeb and The Weather School. If you do that, you can be guaranteed that you'll be seeing these videos, all of our other weather updates, etc. On Facebook. So if you could do that now, I would really appreciate it. All of my aviation weather schools are full at the moment, but if you go to weatherschool.co.uk, use the contact us form and just fill that in with your details, and just put a message on there saying that you'd like me to let you know when the next courses are announced, and I will make sure that you get sent an email, and then you can decide whether you'd like to come along to that or not. So like I say, just go to weatherschool.co.uk for that. My next aviation weather school with a place available is actually the Part 2 course, which is a classroom-based course taking place on Saturday the 25th of May between 10 AM and 4 PM. Go to weatherschool.co.uk to book your place on that course now. It includes refreshments, it includes everything you need to know. We focus a lot on SCUTs, we focus on predicting cloud bases and tops, and whether SCUT is predicting rain, fog, mist, winds at different levels. We also look at predicting more than 10 days in advance as well to spot weather windows. Usually I say that you need to have done part 1 first, and that is definitely a good foundation and a good basis for this. But if you've got many hours under your belt, then if you wanted to come to part 2 first and do part 1 later, I wouldn't have a problem with that. So you can go to weatherschool.co.uk and book your place on that course now. Okay, so let's get on with the forecast then after all those parish notices. This is how Thursday shapes up. We've got a warm front moving its way eastwards. It's bringing cloud. It's going to be bringing outbreaks of rain through the course of Thursday afternoon and into the evening. Most of it only light and patchy and drizzly, but may become more persistent for a time across parts of the Midlands and East West England, Wales, western parts of Scotland, Ireland probably are going to be faring better. Quite a murky start to Friday morning, particularly through the Midlands, southern England, parts of Wales, parts of southwest England. Some mist and some fog, some hill fog around at first, as well as some outbreaks of drizzle. Across Ireland it's better, it's drier here, but for eastern parts of England and eastern Scotland, cloud should break, bases getting up to around 2,000 to 3,000 feet, tops at about 10,000 feet. But further west in that cloud, initially we could be finding bases of less than 1,000 feet, tops at about 10,000 feet, but they will improve. It'll improve across Ireland too. Then into Saturday, still got this warm front across southern parts of the country on Saturday. Again, I think that probably tending to bring with it a fair amount of cloud, some drizzle in places as well. It's a difficult one to put the detail on Saturday, but I think the cloud probably breaks, it lifts, and we're probably into marginal to VFR conditions, although it could be quite murky. Bases 1,000 to 3,000 feet, tops around the 10,000 foot mark. Further north, probably better, and further west, bases 4,000 feet, tops at about 10,000 feet. But a bit messy because of these fronts, but generally I think flyable. But as I say, early on, particularly parts of the Midlands, southern England, seeing those outbreaks of rain, and then some showers in the afternoon. So it's a bit of a messy one. Be careful, particularly if you were planning on crossing the channel. Check the forecast carefully, because I think we could find some heavy showers across parts of France. Now on Sunday things do change subtly, the flow going more into a northeasterly, quite a brisk northeasterly over some of those eastern coasts. 1 or 2 showers developing in the afternoon, particularly across eastern areas, but generally it looks as if it is going to be a fair day with well broken cloud. As I say, just a few showers making for marginal conditions in the east. Typical bases around 3,000 to 5,000 feet, tops around 12 to perhaps 15,000 feet, particularly in those showers over southeastern areas. Best weather always out towards the west, where we'll find the best of the conditions. Northeasterly winds, probably no more than about 12 knots for most, but up to 20 knots on those eastern coasts. On Monday, it's a fair day for Monday. Broken clouds, some decent conditions around. Bases 3 to 4,000 feet, tops at about 10,000 feet. 1 or 2 showers perhaps over Ireland, but even here it won't detract from things too much. And then for Tuesday, staying fair again through Tuesday. A brisker easterly wind across eastern coast, but generally a fair day. Bases around 3 to 4,000 feet, tops at about 10,000 feet. Some rain getting into Western Ireland later on, and that sort of sets the scene for Wednesday with low pressure down towards the south. Non-VFR conditions developing across more southern areas during the course of Wednesday. Base of 1,000 to 2,000 feet, tops 12,000 feet. Elsewhere, probably flyable, but down these eastern coasts, it is quite breezy. Typical bases 3,000 feet and the tops at around 8,000 feet. So actually some reasonable weather ahead. We've just got to get over this low cloud problem that we have through the end of this week and over the weekend across more central and southern areas of the country. But do stay tuned to weatherweb.net, which is my forecasting site, which gives you full access to all of our forecasts. It gives you full access to our videos that are updated throughout the day, our long range forecasts, and more than that, if you go to the aviation section, then you get full access to all of our specialist aviation forecasts as well. So that's across at weatherweb.net. Okay, I will leave you with that for now. Whatever you're doing, thanks again for watching. Keep the sun shining. Have a great flying weekend, and bye for now.